My name is Jack Court. I am 30 years of age. I have multiple businesses and they are in the sports, coaching and childcare sector. Also a husband, and I have a 6-month-old daughter as well called Luna. So I'd say key moments for me in terms of what got me to starting in business, I would say at a very young age, we were very much aware of the need to earn money. It was something that all of us, the way we were brought up, we were very aware of it. And whether that was from refereeing football at a really young age, so at 14 I'd be refereeing football matches on the weekend, then coaching kids on a Saturday morning, the 4-year-olds, that's quite a traditional way for a lot of football players as teenagers to get into coaching. Then it'd be like, the kids love coming on a Saturday morning, do you do kids' birthday parties? So then I'd start doing kids' birthday parties, and it grew and grew from there. Birthday parties turned into, can you run a summer camp? So our first camp we had 55 kids, so then we started doing it every holidays. When I was at college, I'd be doing birthday parties, holiday camps, and weekend coaching. And then when I finished college, it was like, okay, let's make the step and try and get work in schools. Every day is different. That's probably the main thing that I like. There's a lot of time spent looking at a computer screen, which is probably the one thing that I would try and change. But yeah, every day is different. No day's the same. One day might be completely in the office. Another day might be out at meetings, going in schools. And yeah, it can flip-flop depending upon any given week. Happy Monday, sun's out. Everybody should be happy to attack the week. But no, on a walk, try and make the most of the sun whilst we can. Get some steps in, because it turns out my wife's in a step competition with me, but didn't tell me. So, get some more steps in. But no, happy Monday. Hope everyone had a good Mother's Day weekend. We have had 2 very important meetings for the week within JC Sports. So we've had a managers meeting with all of our sports and wraparound managers, as well as a content and marketing meeting. So really good way to start the week. I like to get a lot of meetings done at the start of the week and then round them up later in the week, but not a fan of too many task setting meetings in the middle of the week. So managers meeting, really good opportunity for everyone to get together, update the other managers on where they are in their departments, and then decide where we're going to move forward. So this week, obviously being the last week before Easter, really important that certain jobs are done. So if it's in the wraparound team, making sure jobs are done before the school is shut for 2 weeks. We've got a number of brand new wraparound settings after Easter, making sure they're set up, making sure they're ready to go, whether that's site boxes, equipment, cooking, all of that needs to be in the school ready for after Easter. And then in terms of sports, making sure they finish the week good as it's their last week of spring term, but then also making sure that their new clubs after Easter are on the booking site. That's been emailed out to parents, and make sure those bookings come in. But at the same time, we've got a big focus obviously on Easter camps, making sure we're getting as many bookings as we can and making the camps as good as possible. We've got a new content member of staff now. Excited to see where that will take us. I think there's going to be a little bit of a different turn in where we go with our social media. I'm very excited to see what we produce. Stay tuned, but happy Monday. It's going to be a good week. That's a question we ask all the time. I think we always try new things, whether that's more staff events, whether that's a different way of getting information across to staff, whether that's bonus incentives. But I don't think there's one key thing to keeping staff motivated other than trying to understand them individually, putting things in play to boost their incentive towards a common goal. Got that one too, you jammy prick. Oh, he's on a roll, isn't he? It's all on camera.
Camera shot.
Oh. Put the camera away in a minute. Shame he's not got another shot on it. 3:05. I've got Hannah coming in, who is one of our nursery managers in North Hampshire. So for a catch up and a meeting, we didn't manage to have our meeting last week. So she's coming in today for a meeting, which would be nice, catch up. Easter, the venue that she's the manager of currently, is a term time only venue. She has a 52-week contract, so looking at how we can utilise her in the holidays. So whether that's covering off other holiday, whether that is extra jobs that need doing. So in that setting, in this particular holiday, we're going to have a couple of days doing up the outside area ready so the kids can plant, and we'll document that as well. And yeah, some time for Hannah herself, but really important that that is planned in advance. Otherwise you can end up with staff that you've got lots of spare staff, and staff may feel that it's a great week or couple of weeks with some extra pair of hands, but if as a company not utilising that time with those extra staff, you are effectively paying for extra people and not achieving anything extra. Today in general, I've not really felt like I've achieved much on my to-do list, but I've been busy all day. Quite often happens on a Monday. Lots of staff coming in asking questions, lots of emails coming in that need to be answered straight away, but really, really frustrating. So I'm sat here now feeling like I've been unproductive, but knowing that I've been busy all day. And it's something I struggle with. I feel like I've got to be progressing at a certain speed, but we'll keep ticking. Try not to be too hard.
Hello. Daddy's home, baby girl. Nice to see you too, baby Luna.
Luna, she was just a week a minute ago.
We got married recently out in Jamaica, so we were out there for 2 weeks. Got married on the beach, had a honeymoon out there, and yeah, it was lovely. First time being in Jamaica, loved it, and I'm sure we'll go back many times. A lot, and a lot in ways that I wouldn't have expected. I think it's given me a lot more fuel. I already wanted to be really successful, already wanted to grow businesses, but rather than it being about growing it for you and your success and what you may achieve, it becomes a lot deeper than that, and it becomes, what do you want your child to think? What can you provide your child? Yeah, I think it's just a lot more unknowns in the situation. You can get home and you might have had a good day at work, and your wife and baby may have had an awful day. And trying to manage those two different worlds is very, very different, or vice versa. They may have had a great day, and you get home and my wife wants to tell me all about their great day, and I've had an awful day. So yeah, but wouldn't change it for the world, and look forward to having many more.
She can basically talk.
Mama.
Dada. I think I make sure I spend enough hours at home with my wife and baby. I think at times the bit that I probably struggle with more is being present and not having a million ideas going around in my head. I'm always home in the evenings, always home at night. Grew up in a household where dad might be out the house 24 hours a day. So in that sense, really at home a lot, and have the flexibility to be home and been to a lot of baby groups and stuff, which I can't say. Some people may not want it to be a life dream, but it's quite nice to be able to go there. But I definitely struggle being present. If I've got a new idea in my head, then those ideas will be going through my head, and at times my wife may slap me back to reality and be like, be present in the moment. But yeah, I'm doing my best. No, I don't have any strong habits. I don't have any strong morning routine. I wake up, I go to work, and I try and get everything done. It doesn't work for me. I don't think my ADHD brain needs certain habits. May benefit from some, but trying to keep them is the hardest thing. No, I don't view ADHD as a problem. I view it as a massive strength, and I'm fully aware that when people discuss the difference between my job and their job, or my day and their day, that a lot of people wouldn't be able to deal with the amount of things that are going through my brain at the same time. You only got to take 2 seconds to think about how many different subjects and topics and tasks are going through the whole business, and I've got a track on every single one of them. But yeah, and I don't know, it's not anything that's ever bothered me. I think I have more of an interest in it now, trying to understand me, so then I can help understand my children. But in my sense, if that's the one thing that gives me the ability to focus on a million tasks and be able to switch from one to another as quickly as I can, then if I wasn't able to do that, I wouldn't be able to do my job, or I wouldn't be half as good at it. Morning, it is Tuesday, so as you may have noticed, I am in JC Sports uniform, which is something that doesn't happen too often. So today, obviously I'm in schools teaching, which is exciting, it's good, doesn't happen very often, definitely not often enough. But yeah, in school today we have got a unique opportunity, not something we do very often. So we're in a school this afternoon on top of our normal services as a one-off, and effectively they're having all the parents in during the afternoon for the same idea as a parents' evening. Originally the school asked if we could take the whole school, then we agreed to do it in groups, but we've still got a session with 90 children and then a session straight after with 110 children. And obviously when we have the 90 children is when their parents are in with their teachers and reviewing all the normal things they would do at parents' evening. But yeah, we got a session with 90 children and then a session with 100 children. So I'm going to go along, help out, try and get you some content. But yeah, very exciting part of the day, but that's not till this afternoon. So this morning I'm going to head into the office, and then later this morning we're going to pop in and see one of our nursery settings en route to our afternoon coaching. No. If you had told me at 16 my life would be sat behind a computer like most of it is now, I'd tell you you're mad. If anything, my goal was to avoid sitting behind a computer, and yeah, I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to do something within sport. So when you go to college and most parents are wanting to push their kids to do multiple A-levels to keep their options open, I refused. I did a BTEC sport and shut all my options off, because in my head there was no way I was going to have a career that didn't involve being active and doing sport. And yeah. So just been to one of our nursery settings. It's one that we've had now for coming up to 6 months, and there's still lots of bits that we're changing, looking to improve about it. Our focus being, now the time of the year it is improving the outside areas. We were looking at planting sleepers and flower beds and things of that nature for the kids to plant seeds and grow fruit and vegetables, and as well as how we can increase the branding on the inside of the venue. So it's in a school. At the moment you can clearly tell it's a nursery, but you can't evidently tell that it's a JC Little Explorers nursery. So looking at whether that's graphics on the windows, more signage inside the venue, looking at branding up the venue and improving it, ready for our September new intake. We're now gonna grab some lunch, and then we are off to our JC Sports sessions. We've got 90 kids and 100 kids, so we will show you. And yeah, it's going to be a busy afternoon, but a good one. Being okay with not knowing the answer and figuring out what the answer is, I'd say is quite a big thing. I think I struggle, always have and always will struggle with imposter syndrome, in the sense of if I'm trying to grow the business and trying to do things that I've not done before, time and time again there's going to be problems that I don't know the answer to. I haven't tackled lots of the problems that I'm heading into. So just being confident that you can find the answer, find the solution and make the correct actions, I would say is a big key to my success in this stage of growth. Right, so here, a bit of a unique situation. The school itself doesn't have a field, and there's a big house next door, and we actually do the PE outside in their grounds. Sit down here for me! Come sit down here! Not you! Sit down.
When we put you into a group, one of the teachers at the front is going to get your group and take you down to one of these stations. Have we all followed that so far? Yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stand up. Could you follow Mr. Court? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Alright, so we are here in Hazelmere. We have got 100 children on the field, active, doing some circuits. Take a look.
Oh, here he goes! Ah! Take it home, and then there's a nice QR code on here. People go on their phones and go boop, and it signs you straight up. He goes, so that's 24.
Hey, he's going to grow up to be a businessman.
Yeah, but it's not funny in front of all the other kids. He goes, so you're making a lot of money. And then
Yes, I am.
And then they picked up on my carby over there and he goes, so that's how you afford that. And I'm like, you're 6, like what? Good morning, baby girl.
How did you get sideways? Good morning. We going to put you in bed with my mummy? Come here. Right, good afternoon people. It is Wednesday afternoon. I haven't updated you on anything really that's happened today. I've had a busy day. Started the morning down at the nursery acquisition, meeting the parents. Quite a low number of parents turned up compared to what was expected, but still a good opportunity. Met some of the parents on the nursery that we acquire, and then we take over it after Easter. So, good productive meeting. And then we have also left lots of flyers and resources at that setting for the parents that weren't able to make it to then get some more information and reach out as in when they feel like it. This weather today is good. And then we've had a few meetings then with JC Sports. So, God, windy. A few meetings today with JC Sports. So, had a really good productive meeting with the school where we're going to take over the whole wraparound provision in September, as well as 2 full days of PPA. So that was really, really good. I also had a phone call with a meeting that was in the diary for tomorrow with a 3 elementary school are looking for somebody to do their PPA. So things are really looking up. Really good day. I'm now at another school down in West Sussex. I've come in to check on the wraparound after school provision, see how the staff are getting on, catch up with some teachers and check on everything. But one thing I've already seen, which is a shame to see, is we've got equipment that's not been stored away in our storage unit. So little things like this, really important we keep on top of them. Obviously the company is growing, we get more and more staff, and we've got to make sure things are being done correctly.
I think being present, I think that's the biggest thing. Being present and trying to live more of a blended life. One thing that we've started doing, which I quite like, is when wife and child comes into the office at lunch, the way the business is structured, we have quite an open hours lunch. It's not if and bits, pretty much everyone has the lunch at the same time, so that's quite nice, breaks up my day, gives me an hour with Luna.
Oh. Tonight for dinner we have got pesto pasta. Oh. What are you saying, Lulu? How's the pesto pasta? You a fan?
No.
Oh dear.
Human. Want some more?
No, pesto pasta's not a vibe. Oh dear.
No, he needs to scream at me. Got it.
Not a vibe.
Yeah, early days, the first month when we were sharing nighttime duties, I'd be replying to emails at silly o'clock in the morning and had to apologise to staff and just tell them to read them when they wake up. So to start with, it was just kind of working whenever there was an available moment and whenever my wife felt she was okay. I think now I've still not mastered it. I want to be getting up earlier. If I start my day earlier, it makes pretty much no difference to them. As if I get back later in the evenings and I miss out on bath time or I miss out on bedtime, then that not only has a big impact upon them, it has a massive impact upon me. Communication. Communication is the biggest thing. It's definitely not something that, I'm not trying to sit here and say that we've mastered it, but communicating expectations and communicating where you need support is the biggest thing. But otherwise, either person, if you hold it in, then you get to the end of the week and you just let it all out. So yeah, communication is the biggest thing. Accountability is key, and it can't be ignored for anything. So whether that's staff's accountability in their own performance and you holding them accountable to that, whether that's avoiding awkward conversations because of what may come from them, all these situations can't be avoided. They need to be addressed, and accountability is key to success and correcting problems fast. That's a big question. I think my approach is potentially a little bit unique. Coming from a sports background and not playing too much sport now, I'm extremely competitive, and people may say fall in love with the process of growing a business. I'm just competitive, and I'm happy to leave kind of more money in the game. So I pay myself very little in comparison to what I could, invest as much profits back into the business, and I'm mainly interested in delayed gratification and what we're going to build. So rather than pulling more money out of the business to earn more and buy nicer things or whatever it might be, leaving that money in the business, reinvesting it, whether it's in staff, whether it's whatever we want in the company, and then at some point in the future, once we're at a certain size, then that delayed gratification is what brings me the satisfaction. And I think that's a massive strength of mine as a business owner. I don't view it too much in terms of staying ahead of competition. I keep up to date with what competition are doing and things like that, but I think looking at it from a point of innovation is more important to me. Looking at what we can do better and judging us based on our own results. If you innovate and do something different to competition, you can't then compare to competition, because you may feel that you're doing really, really well, even though there's a million steps you can take to make better. I think I focus on what we can just do to be better and produce the best service for our customers. Thinking it's going to be easy and fun.
Can you go into that?
I think whether you want to discuss entrepreneurship or whether you want to just discuss working for yourself, self-employed, any of it, I think lots of people think it's going to be really, really easy. All the little slogans are, be your own boss and things of that nature. And doing it for 12 months might be fun and it might be risky and that might excite you. But doing it for 5, 10 more years, it's not fun. No one's going to help you. It's lonely, and it all comes down to you. Quite often, especially for people that haven't been a company owner or haven't worked for themselves, and it's natural, you view and you look at the good bits and the exciting bits, and they ignore the other side of it and what, the trials and tribulations, so to speak, that come with it. I wouldn't change it for the world, and I know there's lots of people that wouldn't, but it's definitely not half as easy and fun as people portray it online. Try to be the best at everything you do. I would define success beyond money and business growth as what I'm remembered for, or how people view me after I achieve what I want to achieve. So whether that's the impact you make in a local community, where I don't have a huge focus on doing things across a whole country. I like the idea of an impact in a community. But yeah, how, everybody in the area views you, the impact you've made, how my family view what we've achieved. And a thing for me that's not directly related to money, but related to maybe how I was brought up or how lots of people view life, is being able to do things you want to do and not be limited by money. So that doesn't mean buy the most expensive designer stuff, because that doesn't interest me at all. But, if we want to go on holiday with the kids to Africa to see a safari, then we can. And not many people have the ability to do that. Dan Martell, Buy Back Your Time. Listened to the audiobook recently. I don't like reading, and it's really key to the point that I am in my journey, looking at how to correctly allocate my time, how to correctly use staff members in different departments, and really open my eyes to how I can get to the next point in my business growth. Yeah, we got loads. I think the big thing, especially on the nursery side of the business, is growing through acquisition. I want to buy a number of small nurseries and preschools, grow them and expand them both in capacity, weeks and time. And in a way, because we're now at a certain point, cut out the pain of very early stages of a business, buy small businesses that have room for growth, and then use the resources that we have in place to then grow them and make a larger impact.